Shalom Uvracha. This week's parasha, Parashat Korah, talks to us about revolution. And we see a revolution that does not go well. Korah and his men think that they can do a better job than Moshe Rabbeinu at leading the people, and they stage a rebellion to try and take over control. This revolution does not go well. In the end, hundreds die, and there are scars left on the people for many, many years. And we have an example of a machloket shelo l'shem shamayim. Is revolution always bad? Is revolution always wrong? There's plenty of times where revolution is good. Yetziat Mitzrayim, after all, was a revolution of sorts. So what do we learn? How do we understand revolution when it's right and when it's wrong? The Mishnah in Pirkei Avot teaches us something very, very important. It teaches us that there's two types of machloket l'shem shamayim and machloket that's not l'shem shamayim. The machloket l'shem shamayim is the Hillel and Shammai, where two sides disagree, but the disagreement is okay and it endures, it lasts, says the Mishnah, and it's a positive thing, it contributes. That's where a revolution can be positive. On the other hand, the example of a machloket shelo l'shem shamayim is the example of Korah, this week's parasha. And what we see here is when revolution does not go well. And the essential feature of what Korah's revolution is all about is that Korah has nothing positive to contribute. Korah doesn't say, hey, I have an idea of how things can be better. All Korah and his people say, how come you get something that we don't get? How come you're the leader? How come you're in charge? I want to be in charge. And often in this type of revolution, the term equality is thrown around. We want equal. We want everyone to have the same. We want everyone to have rights. But the reality is, it's not asking for equality for everyone. That's not really what the person is looking for. What he's looking for is to say, I don't like the way things are distributed right now. I want to tear down what you have so I can have. And that kind of revolution is not a positive revolution, because it's not one that's constructive. It's not one that really respects anyone. It's all about kin'ah, jealousy, what you have and what I don't. So we have to be careful about revolution. Revolution is a very positive thing. If we're really looking to make things equal, if we're really looking to help people out, if we're really looking to recognize the Tselem Elohim in each and every individual, then that's the ultimate in revolution. It's the type of revolution we should subscribe to, like the revolution that created the United States of America, or the revolution that created the State of Israel, or the revolution that was Yetziat Mitzrayim. All of those were aiming for the betterment of mankind. However, we have to watch out when people will use the term revolution and use a lot of the terms that seem like the positive revolution, but instead what they're really trying to do is say, hey, I don't like how you're in charge, I want to be in charge. That type of revolution is the revolution of Korah. It's one we have to watch out for. It's one we have to be careful for externally, but also internally. We have to make sure that we never do that. We have to make sure that we never become Korah, where we say, hey, I'm jealous of what the other guy has. I want what he has. I want what he can do. I want what she can be. It's not fair. Let's be equal. Be careful. We may be becoming Korah ourselves. Shabbat Shalom.